everyone and welcome! Today we're going to go over another great mod for the NES Classic Edition. This one I'm going to show you how you can add other consoles and games to your NES Classic Edition with this easy tutorial. So let's get right to it. Okay, so go ahead and open up your Hack-Chi 2 software and make sure that your NES Classic Edition is attached to your PC. Then go up to the Modules tab and click on KMFD Mod Hub. Now this is going to open up a new window so that we can install the RetroArch software onto the system. And once that window opens up, you're going to see at the top on a tab, it's going to say KMFD RetroArch. Now that's where we're going to install RetroArch. So pick the latest version that shows up on yours, and then you're going to go down to the bottom button that says Download and Install Module. Not the download one, the other one. So I've sped this part up because it takes a while and I don't want to bore the crap out of you guys. So now once that's finished, you're going to go up to KMFD Cores. Now this is where you're going to see all of the emulators that you can install using this program onto your NES Classic Edition. So what we're going to do today is install the Sega Genesis. So let's find the Sega Genesis emulator. You'll find right here we've got the Genesis Extreme GX. So click on that, and then you're going to go to Download Module, not Download Install. This one's just Download. And let's put another system on here. Let's grab the Nintendo Game Boy. We've got GameBat here, which I actually find is the best running emulator on here for the Game Boy. So click on Download Module, and let's go ahead and grab the TurboGrafx 16. That way I can show you a wide variety of kind of how the systems run on this system. And we're going to grab Mednafin PCE Fast, and this is the TurboGrafx 16 emulator. So download module. Once that's done, you can go ahead and close out this window because we're going to now install the emulators onto the Hack-Chi 2 program and your NES Classic Edition. So go up to Modules and then click on Install Extra Modules. Now go to each one of the emulators you want to install and check the boxes. Then go ahead and click OK. Now this is going to install. It does take a while, so I've sped it up again. Now that this is done, we're going to install ROMs onto the system. So go down to the left-hand corner, make sure that green light is on, and then go to the right and see that you have enough memory to put ROMs on. Now find your ROM folder that you have all your ROMs in. I'm going to go to my Sega Genesis folder and grab TMNT, the Hyperstone Heist, and then drag that into this box here. And that will put it onto your Hack-Chi 2 program. Let's go ahead and grab a couple more games. We'll grab Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and we'll grab Road Rash. Let's go up and grab a few Game Boy games. Of course, we're going to grab the TMNT games. I actually have never played this one, so I'm pretty excited to play this one. And we'll go down to TurboGrafx 16. Of course, grab Keith Courage, a classic. We'll grab Splatterhouse, because it's badass. And we're going to grab Newtopia because it's actually my favorite game for this system, at least that I've played. Now, you'll see that in the Hack-Chi 2 program, you can see all the games that you have put into the system. The great thing is it automatically puts the box art, so you don't have to go around digging for box art. If you want to, you can modify it, but really, you might as well just keep it exactly the way it is, but again, customize it the way you want. Right-click on a game and go down to Select Emulation Core. This is going to install the game to the proper emulator on the system. So click on the game, then click on what system it's for, and then click the installed emulator, and then you can hit apply. Once applied, you can go ahead and hit close so it closes this window out, and now you have to repeat that same step for every game that you have put onto the Hack-Chi 2 program. So unfortunately, it doesn't organize it and you have to go through just by alphabetical. I have all my NES games installed, so it's a little bit difficult, so I sped this up just so I can go and find all those games that I've put onto the system. Okay, so now that all these games are ready to install, you're going to click on this bottom right button, Synchronize Selected Games with Mini. Now this is actually, I think, my favorite part of this whole entire mod, but you get to customize the folders. So you can leave it exactly how it is on here, or you can start to organize it. First thing I do is I sort by console, and this easily organizes it by each system. Now you can see on here that I've got a lot of NES games on here, and that can be overwhelming. So what I do with this one is I sort by first letter, and this will put it into subfolders for each set of games within the NES Classic into its own letters. Now we're going to go to each system and we're going to click on this big folder because we get to change the icon of the actual system, which will show up on your NES Classic Edition. So I've chosen my TurboGrafx 16. Now they don't have the icon for the TurboGrafx 16, but they've got the PC Engine. So we'll put that on there and then click OK. And then go ahead and repeat that for every emulator that you have on the NES Classic here. So this one's great because it's the Game Boy and they've put a lot of different colors on here. I really like the selection that they've put. I chose the green one. The green one is my favorite color, so that's why I chose that one. Now go ahead and do that for, again, the next one. We've got NES, and we've got the Sega Genesis. They've got a couple different selections for the Sega Genesis, but click OK. And now we're going to click OK at the bottom right-hand corner, and it's going to install all of your games onto your NES Classic Edition. This takes a very long time, so I've really sped this one up. But now we're done. So click OK and we can head over to the NES Classic Edition on the TV. Now you can see those cool icons that we got to put on this. I really like putting these icons on here. I think it's a great addition. Let's go into a game for the Sega Genesis so we can see kind of how the gameplay works and how the game itself runs. What better game than a game where you get to punch dudes in the face while riding motorcycles? I think that's a great idea. I love this series. I wish they continued, but I don't think it would have the same feeling. Anyways, you can see here that there are no frame rate drops and it doesn't slow down whatsoever. Next, we can head on into the Game Boy. I'm a huge TMNT fan, so we're obviously going to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I loved this game as a kid. And again, even telling by the music, there is no slowdown whatsoever, and you get to enjoy your Game Boy games on your system, on your TV. And last, we're going to go into the TurboGrafx 16, and of course we're going to pick Splatterhouse because that game is hilarious and such a great choice. Again, you get to punch these monsters in the face, and there's no slowdown. And that's all I've got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was useful and you were able to do the same thing on your NES Classic Edition. If it was useful, please give me a like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching. Bye!